And I'm back. And today I just want to explain, this video explains the simplest, and yet honestly I cannot explain the effectiveness or the impact an emotion check-in can have, and that a daily emotion check-in. I like to think of it as emotional multivitamin, but I've literally had people talk about their son in struggle, battling at school, hard things going on. And the only process I shared was, here's a set of emotion cards, 20 in the case of this child, or if you're using the nature of emotion cards, you could pick 20 if you've got younger children. Simple. And daily pick between at least 1 to 3 emotions of how you're feeling. And you can do it for yourself, you can do it for your family, you can eat individually. I've just set up a nice way. Here is I've just checked in about how I'm feeling about filming videos today, and you can see the cards actually have 4 words on. So this is vulnerable, reserved, shy, cautious. I guess I'm feeling a bit shy actually, maybe, or vulnerable, putting yourself out there, courageous, feeling hopeful that this serves you, that I can get really create a library that is useful to people, a little bit nervous and open-hearted. And so that's just a check-in on this moment. And your daily life check-in, what it does, just so you know, even if you don't stick them up, that's if you're trying to build emotional awareness and you can model it for your children or your team. It builds self-awareness, and it builds the capacity to receive the messages that our heart is sending. And in the case of the child I spoke about, this mother saw such radical difference in the child's marks, in their peace. A husband who did it, having gone through a divorce, did it with his daughter, literally bumped into my husband or a few other people at a table once and said, your wife literally saved my life. I'd done nothing except share this tool, and really helped him say it's important. And suddenly you're not trying to hide from what you're feeling, because when we hide from what we feel, the emotions build. When we pay attention, we get to have more choice around them. They feel heard, they calm down. We can then note, oh, actually, I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling uncertain, and suddenly we can start to look for solutions and ways to take care of that part of ourselves that's feeling that. So it doesn't have to be a big deep dive. A check-in is literally picking how you're feeling. And if you're going to do it in your family, you may do it at the breakfast table, you might do it in the car on the way to school, you might do it in the evening. Like, the capacity to, some people get photos and put each member of the family up. I've heard of companies where the team leaders show their emotions, and then actually they get the team, so they're coordinating as well, to decide as a whole what are the team feelings, so that everyone can clock, not just, because we can put it on so beautifully. Oh, I'm good today, how are you? And actually inside your tummy's churning and your heart's racing, or you're feeling exhausted and you're coming to the party. Suddenly we engage differently when we connect and see how we're feeling. So we don't have to do an unpack again. It's a multivitamin. It's not a cure. It's not a quick fix. It's just something we do each day that helps in some sense deal with things, as opposed to only paying attention to things when they're in crisis mode. So I really cannot overstate how valuable I think this process is, how anyone and everyone can benefit from a regular daily check-in, and especially it can help build relationships and add value in the home, in the workplace, in a team. And if there are members of your family, like often a couple might say, someone in a couple or family might say, oh, my partner doesn't buy into this, leave it. I know of numerous stories where maybe a mother and children are doing it, and just the process, or maybe got a teen who's disinterested. That's the value of adding it there, and to also recognize we have to own different things. I've often seen children repeatedly, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, because at home you have to be happy. If you're not, you're going to get sent to your room. Suddenly you start to model, you get nervous, or you feeling a little stressed or overwhelmed without falling apart, and that helps validate and let it be okay to recognize we feel a variety of emotions. So if you'd like to know other ways to use the cards, go on and explore the other videos. Otherwise, if you have a question, please email or WhatsApp me. You can find my email address here, and I will answer your question. And you can also subscribe to our newsletter. The link is in the I want to say show notes. I'm used to podcasting, in the detailed comments below. So thank you, and I'd love to hear how your emotion check-in goes.